All right, man. We back. Gonna let people get in. Let people get in. Get started, man. Put on my glasses real quick because I can't see. That's cap. All right, y'all. I was on this live earlier today, but I got a phone call. Got a phone call for some business, and got responsibilities and kids, right? So, hopping on today to do a notary Q&A here to answer any questions that you guys have. Earlier, what I was talking about before I got interrupted. I was talking about a class that I did 2 days ago about how to how to build relationships with signing services and get direct business by working with directly with the signing service owners. One thing I wanted to add is one of the ways that you can develop solid relationships with signing service owners is by following instructions, right? If you follow instructions, it's pretty much impossible for you to lose. So let me give you a story of an example today. So I have a signing today that's going to take place within the next 30 minutes or so. And this signing was already scheduled in advance. I want to say 2 to 3 weeks. I want to say 3 weeks ago. My scheduler got the signing filled, had the notary assigned. Only thing we were waiting on was the documents. So in the time being, I'm waiting for the documents, and the signing is going to take place today. And one of the things that I noticed is the notary didn't reply to the email. The notary didn't reply to the email. So basically, for most signing services that you're going to work with, they typically have like email instructions for you to reply to the email to confirm that you received the email, or to confirm that the notary received the documents, etc. Right? And I noticed that the notary didn't reply to the email to confirm that I'm not going to say he. It was a he or a she confirmed the signing. So I get the documents. I send them over to the notary. Didn't get a response. So I called the notary. No answer. Called again, I want to say probably 15 minutes after. They didn't answer. They then also sent a text message as well, and we didn't get a response. So in a situation like that, if it's our first time absolutely working with you, we need you to do. It would be in your best interest to do if we do everything that we ask, because we want to make sure, because this is it's almost like a probationary period if we're working with you for the first time. We need to be able to vet the fact that you do follow instructions. We need to be able to vet the fact that you do things to a T. So that way, if we know that you follow instructions, you do everything that we request of you for this particular signing, if you do a great job, more than likely we're going to work with you again. Right? So I didn't want to take any chances. Because again, the notary didn't respond to the email, and then when I also followed up with the client to ask if they actually spoke to the notary didn't even call to confirm the signing and if witnesses were going to be present or anything of that nature, despite the fact that the signing was scheduled in advance 3 weeks ago. So from a signing service owner's perspective, if once you hear that the notary hasn't reached out to the client to confirm the signing, that's a red flag. That is a red flag. And the reason why that is a red flag, because the notary is a representation of your company. The notaries that you hire, they are a representation of you. And you want to make sure that whoever you're hiring is the best person for the job. They're going to represent your company well, and they're going to do everything in their power to make it a positive experience for the client. So, and I've had situations where notaries have no-show signings before. I've actually had a few notaries no-show signings before, and it had me out here looking crazy. So you can say I'm dealing with dealing with the trauma from those previous situations. I didn't want to risk it, so I ended up just unassigning the signing from that notary. And end up hiring another notary to do the signing. And guess what? The notary who I hired did. You guessed it. Followed instructions. Replied to the email. Replied to the fact that they received the email. They confirmed that they actually spoke to the client. They confirmed that witnesses were present, or going to be present for the signing. And when I sent them the documents, they even sent me a phone call. Even gave me a phone call. Just want to get additional questions asked on how certain documents are supposed to be filled out. Are there any discrepancies, anything of that nature? And when the notary does stuff like that, again, that lets me know that they take their craft seriously. They want to make sure that they're not only making us look good in front of the client, but they're also representing themselves as well. And so this would be a person who I'm going to continue to work with as long as we have business in that area. So I just want to add that, just like the little small stuff like that, just the little small things, the small and intangible things really matter. We working in this business, because the notary business is pretty much attention to detail. If your attention to detail is not there, this is not the business for you. I can tell you that right now. If your attention to detail is not there, this is not the business for you, right? If you're not willing to take the extra time to double check your work, if you're not willing to take the time to do your preparation in advance, you may have a particular document that you're not familiar with. If you're not willing to spend the extra time or willing to go the extra mile to make sure things are documented correctly, this business is not for you. So, but yeah. Let's see. Hey, the link to sign up for the POA won't open. Please drop it in the DM. So true. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see. Let me see. Let me do this one again. Let's try this again. But yeah, this is definitely a Q&A. So if anyone has any notary questions, anything I could do to be of value for you today, please drop your questions below. Hey Z, try that link. I believe that link should work. That one should work. And if it's not, if for some odd reason, if it's not working, the link is in my DM. I mean, it's not not my DM. It is in my link tree or my stamp tree. So speaking of link, I will be hosting a class this Saturday. We're going to be going over power of attorneys. So if you want to learn how to complete a thorough power of attorney signing, if you want to know how to market for this service, you want to learn how to learn this in-demand skill, want to add this to your tool belt, definitely be in attendance for this class. It will have access to the replay. So even if you do sign up and you don't happen to be in the class or wherever the case may be, the replay will be available for you. It asked me to send you a message. I wrote it. It asked us to send you a message. Why is it asking you to send a message? That's weird. Yeah, what I'll do is I don't know why it's doing that. I'll just send you a DM. Can I come out to ask a question? Of course. Do you want to come on with me? Let me add you on here. So true. Good evening. What's up, LA from New York? Lots of notaries don't understand the customer service aspect of the business. Treat your business as a business. Treat your business as a business.
Oh, I need to turn my camera around.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay, there we go. Are you familiar with the Legal Shield estate planning documents? Because this is my second one. The first one was you have to take your scanner and scan at the table, leave the docs, but they're giving you a bunch of pages that are just signature pages. And it tells the customer they can go and download the docs here. But then I was told by Laura, Bewer, and Bill that we're supposed to inspect the document that they're actually signing, make sure there's no blanks and that they agree with everything. So even if they're not the whole trust, at least the documents that coincide with that signature page. What do you think about that?
It's a great question. I've only done one estate plan signing that the documents that came from Legal Shield. Second time I was trying to do it, the lady sent me the documents to print out, but then when I told her what the fee was, and she wasn't really too happy with the fee. So you can't please everybody, right? So in a situation like that, now I want to make sure your question that you're asking is, what do you do as far as reviewing the documents, making sure that they make sure they read everything, make sure there aren't any discrepancies, no errors, anything of that nature, right?
Well, so your documents are not that way, correct? That you would be giving to for an estate signing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just the signature pages like that.
Oh yeah, I have clients that will just send just the signature pages. Yeah, I have clients that they'll just send just the signature pages and the notary pages, and what they'll do is they'll send the full estate plan to the client. So
it's there.
Yeah. So how it works works is I have clients where they'll have the full estate plans. They'll have the full estate plan documents that they're going to send over to the client to print out. But what they'll do is they'll just send the signature and notary pages for the notary to print, but then to bring to the signing, and then they may have like D page as well. And then from there, what you're going to do is you just print out those documents, bring them to the signing, you get everything signed, notarized, and you want to instruct them to attach those signature and notary pages with your full estate plan document. And
Okay.
that's typically how that works out.
So what I was told also to do, well, I had told her either she can. Well, I asked the signing service first. I said I need to see the documents that coincide with these. So either and they usually send them the same documents they're sending me. So she goes, you mean I have to print out the whole thing? And like you, I said, well, I can print them out for you, but I wasn't going to charge her. But then, or you can email them to me, and as long as I see it, I don't have to print it out and bring it to you. So anyway, she's going to print them out, but I just thought it was a lot of making the customer do a lot of work. But I guess that's the price you're paying for that trust, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always have the document sent to you to use it just to have, so that way you can use it as a reference. So basically, let's say if you have the signature and notary pages, you can say, okay, I need to see the full estate plan. I can use that as a reference, and just know that they're actually giving these documents. And in most cases, anyway, before the signing is even booked, like the client is already going to have the documents anyway. So the attorney's office, depending on what most attorneys who you're going to work with, they typically are going to send the what is called like the final draft of the trust documents to the client for them to review. So if they haven't reviewed those documents, the signing is not. So they have to approve of the document. So basically approving of the trustees, they got to approve of the beneficiaries.
Right.
They have to approve if the APNs or the properties are right on the grant deeds, all that stuff.
Right.
And then once they verify all that stuff is accurate and correct, then they can proceed with
right. But the actual one or two documents that go to what I'm actually going to notarize, I need to inspect those ones, not the whole trust, just the ones that I'm going to notarize for.
Yeah.
You know, that actual signature one.
Yeah. So the ones that you're going to sign and notarize, you definitely would need to see them.
No, I'm saying, okay, they're just saying signature page and then the acknowledgement. Then they're saying, oh, online you can go find the whole thing. Well, California requires me to inspect the page that they're going to sign for, at least that one or two pages that coincide with that acknowledgement, right? By law. I think that's what I'm told. I don't know.
You're asking. Let me get this right. So they're sending you. They're not. I'm trying to make sure I understand what you're saying.
It's just it's just their signature on the top, and it says the name of the document. This goes to the certification of trust per se, and then the signature, and then your acknowledgement. So you're not even seeing the certification of trust at all to see if it has any blank documents or what you're notarizing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you want to know if you're supposed to see the full estate plan? That's what you're asking?
No.
Or
just a couple documents that coincide with that acknowledgement that you're signing for that. Let's say the certification of trust. It's maybe one or two pages long.
And what?
I don't know. So then now I have to go and go through and look for the pages, right, that coincide with the signing pages and all that. So I'm just letting the signing service know that it's it's a trust signing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like I said, for the most part, the attorney's office, they're already going to send the draft document. They're already going to send the document. So
yeah.
As far as what you would need to see is obviously is going to be the page where they need to sign, and then make sure they have the material page that needs to be signed as well.
Yeah. So you need to see the page they're going to sign, not just a signature line. You see what
they
I'm
just
saying?
not just the signature. Yeah, not just
yeah.
see
That's how it is.
On the sign. Yeah, they are. So
Exactly.
let's say, for example, if it's a certification of trust, if it comes, or I give you a better example. If it's the for the living trust, if it's the name of that trust, that typically comes with about 30 pages or so. You don't need to see all 30 pages. You just need to see the 29th page where they need to sign, and where they need to sign that, and that other, and after that will be the additional page where it needs to be signed. So that you would need to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just the page that they're actually what I'm notarizing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you do need to see. Yeah, they just can't just. I mean, they are.
Send you the signature
Are you
page.
asking? Are you pretty much saying what in for most cases if you do like get a estate plan signed from a signing service that you will need to see the documents, or let's say if they send them to the signer to print, right? But the only thing you need to do is just show up and just sign. You asking, do you still want to see the documents beforehand, or would you, or do you want to just say, okay, well, if you already have it printed out, I can just wait till I go to your residence so we can get everything notarized.
Well, no, I just need to see the document, the 1 or 2 pages of the document that I'm actually notarizing.
Got it.
Right. So I'll figure it out. Hopefully, we can work out something where they understand maybe what those few pages need to be along with the signature pages.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day too, you can always just ask, just request.
Well, they said I can ask the lady to send me an email of it,
Mm-hmm.
or have her print it out. So now I have to go look through her stack when I get there to meet them up with like these 20 different documents. Well, about 11,
Yeah.
you know. Hmm. So, anyways, just something new. It's something new that I hadn't done before, but I done one before, and then when I talked about it, they were saying, "Wait, you can't just sign the signature pages and acknowledge it without looking at the document that you're signing it to." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh,"
They say
you know.
you have to look through the full list. You have to look through the estate plan document.
No, just the document that you are, just the document that you are acknowledging, like the certification of trust or the POA or whatever, just the 1 or 2 documents that go along with whatever you're not acknowledging. Because all it is, let's say, the document, and then you're getting just the second page with the signature and your acknowledgement, but you don't know what it even says. You see what I'm
You
saying?
want to know where it says as far as like the language within that in that particular.
Well, you got to make sure there's no blank, blank lines, and that they know what they're signing, right?
I
Because they're not printing them out. They're not printing them out. They're not.
I mean, okay, so in that case, only thing I would check. I mean, again, the signers they're already going to have their documents beforehand, right? So they're going to review it. They're going to review it to see if it's anything that's blank or anything of that nature before the signing even take place. And then for the certification of trust, there should be nothing that should be blank anyway. The only pages that would be considered that would be blank that they would need to fill in would be the advanced healthcare directive, the will, and then the additional documents that don't need to be notarized, right? So like the funeral arrangements, personal property remembrance, those particular sections are going to be blank, right? But as far as like those additional documents, it shouldn't be. And then also the power of attorney as well. So the uniform statutory foreign power of attorney, and then the durable power of attorney is pretty much going to ask them. It's pretty much going to ask what powers do they want to give their power. What powers do they want to give their agent? Now those are blank. Those would need to be filled in. But those would need to be filled in. But like for everything else, I don't think nothing would be blank. And even if it was blank, that would be up to the signer to follow up with the attorney to let them know, like, hey, I need a revision here. This needs to be updated. That's not your job. That's the notary to do.
Right, right. But what I found is they're Hispanic people, and they are they're not printing them out. They're just answered the questions probably online, so they haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen it, and which is fine. But I need to see like just the page that I'm notarizing. That's all.
Yeah. As long as the page you're notarizing has the signer's name and it has the notarial section, the place for you to notarize the document, then you're all good to go. You're all set. It's a great question.
Thank you.
Definitely. Let's see who we got. Let me bring somebody else on here. Except we have Teresa Charity Foundation. Oh yeah, just to give y'all a heads up. Just to give y'all a heads up, man. I went on live on here one time, and I had someone on here that said, "I want to play some music for you." Hey, don't come on here trying to play music. All right, I don't want to hear your beats. I don't want to hear none of that. So don't get on here talking about can I play some music or play some beats for you. I'm a politely kick you out the room. So please don't do it. Who is this? Got someone that want to join in. You want to watch it? Teresa Charity Foundation. Oh no, this. Oh no, I don't know who you is. Nah, nah, I'm good. Whoever you are. Nah, buddy. Teresa Charity Foundation. I don't know who you are. Are you a notary? Last time I let someone like you on, man, they started playing beats for me. And yeah, you can't join in. It's only for notaries. Only for notaries, man. Nah, I can't accept no music requests. Anyways, but what if the main page something is incorrect? What if the main page? So give me an example. Give me an example. Yeah. Go ahead and join. Send a request to join Epic Signings. I'll let you on. As long as you ain't playing no beats. As long as you ain't playing no you playing music for me, we good. Yeah, you gotta guard your time. Protect your energy, y'all. Protect your energy at all costs. Can I join? Go live. Oh, there we go. I just sent you a request, so you should be good to go. What up?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. I can't complain. What was your question?
So, in regards of what the previous lady was saying, I got confused. So, you guys were talking about not see all the documents, but just like the part where you're actually going to be signing and notarizing. But what if, like, let's just say the main page is something is incorrect, like
Mm-hmm.
let's just say a POA or something like that, because I have gone to go and notarize a power attorney. Okay, I'm just here to sign and notarize,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. When I'm actually looking at it, it's the main page or whatever. They had either the wrong agent in there, the wrong person for the POA, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is what she was trying to say, and like I will feel more comfortable just looking at the whole package, right?
Yeah. So what you can do is, like I said, if you getting the signing from the actual law firm, what you can do is you could just ask for them to send you the full estate plan as a reference, right? And then, like
Yeah.
cases, the signers they're already going to review the estate plan before they even get to the notary and scheduling things. So if there's any revisions that need to be made or anything that needs to be updated, that they're going to be the ones that say, hey, this person, I don't want this person to be listed as a trustee. Oh, I don't want this person to be listed as my agent. Then it'll be up to them to let the attorney know, and then the attorney will need to send them the updated documents for you to sign and notarize.
I guess what I'm thinking is that they did the documents, I guess, in one of those like legal Zoom or whatever other websites that
Uh,
you can just go.
I see what you're saying. I
Yeah,
see what you're saying.
I
I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah, so you're talking about someone that's doing a DIY trust. Is that what you're referring to?
DIY. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess that's
Okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. So
yeah,
for
yeah,
those
yeah. Of
that do DIY trusts, I always tell them to actually go talk to the attorney's office. Like
course, yeah, yeah.
go to an actual attorney because sometimes the language in those documents could be problematic, could be an issue, and oftentimes when they get in those documents from LegalZoom for the case may be, sometimes they download these documents they paying for their estate plan, but it's not applicable to their situation. And so it may be errors in there, right? They may just got these documents completely downloaded from the site, but when they come to getting revisions made, then they actually got to set up a time with the attorney to get everything set up. So for those DIY estate plans, you as a notary is only so much that you can do.
Right, right.
So,
Because I I um I went to notarize power attorney, I think it was, and she actually did it. I think it was like I say, legal Zoom or whatever. They paid like literally like $500 to get it done.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just going over there. I'm just doing my part or whatever. But I kind of like it's just me. I want to eyeball it.
Yeah,
Make sure that you know. And then I'm like, so this is the agent and this is the agent. She's like, wait a minute. No, that's not the agent. That was actually, she was trying to put her daughter and they put her daughter-in-law.
yeah,
So, me as a notary, of course, now they appreciate me. I've done several more after that because, like you were saying before, those little details,
Yeah.
you know, that it matters, If you want to take it a little longer and just eyeball it, that's fine, especially if there's DIYs, like you are saying.
Mhm.
Um, I save them so much because what if I would have just be like, okay, whatever, and sign and notarize and everything?
Yeah.
Guess who's getting? Yeah, somebody else is being the power attorney. So anyway, so I guess it's kind of different of what the other lady was
Mhm.
saying, but I understand and I get what you're saying now. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's no, like I said, we can't give legal advice. We can't say
of
with
course, yeah.
agent that. I mean, we all know that, right? But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah, in a situation like that, like I said, when you expecting the documents again, you just go. Yeah, in a situation like that, in a DIY, yeah, it would be better. It would be best to, like I said, to expect it. Make sure you have all the documents, and you just go walk
Yes,
with it as far as okay. Can you confirm that this person is going to be your agent? Okay, great. Can you confirm this person is going to be your alternate agent? Okay, great. Can you confirm that this person is listed as your trustee? Okay, great. Can you confirm this and that?
right.
Now, come to you and say, oh no, that's not the person I want to have listed. No, these are wrong. Then for you as a notary, the best thing you can do is say, okay, well, we should pause on this signing,
Oh yeah,
and then you should refer to LegalZoom or the attorney that drafted these documents and make sure that they are correct first. And then once you get the updated revised documents, then we can proceed with getting the documents signed.
that's exactly what I did. When I do them like that they say, oh, I went ahead and did it online or whatever. When I get there, I have them explain to me a little bit of what is it that we're about to sign,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can have a little bit of an idea of then when I eyeball it and when okay, so who are the two agents or who are the agents or whatever. Then when I'm reading it through, then I'm like, okay. So by me asking that,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so who's going to be? And then when I looked and it was a completely different name, I was like, wait a minute. So, it was okay. They were upset because, they paid $500. They had to do it again, and they will not send them the documents PDF. They will mail them the documents. So they needed to wait for like another week or so, which I think that was horrendous. But,
That's the
um,
take. That's the take when you choose to do it yourself. That's
exactly.
now
Yes.
when you take that. I mean that's the risk that you take because you going the cheap route, right? And you got to figure LegalZoom is a huge company. They're not gonna send like an attorney who's going to talk to you directly and be able to address what your needs and things are, as
Right.
actually pay the actual fee what it would cost the 1,000, 2 or 3 grand so you can get access to the attorney where you can actually get their phone number instead of like the corporate line and you
Mm-hmm,
gotta wait for
mm-hmm.
like yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So back to what you say, this is why it's important, and it doesn't matter if it's signing, order, or closing, whatever it is that you do, or a general notary, it doesn't matter. If it's one document, it's 150 papers, details. Just eyeball it. Look for every single spot because you just never
yeah,
know.
details matter, man, for sure.
Yes, thank you so much.
Pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's
I
all mine.
look, yeah, I look forward to working with you.
Likewise. Yeah, I just connected with another attorney down there in Florida. So hopefully, no, not hopefully, we're going to be actually expanding into Florida and get more consistent business.
Yeah.
Here was spotty here and there. We'll have signings down in Florida, and even in 2022, I might have like once or twice.
Hmm.
But yeah, this year, yeah, we're projecting an increase. So,
Well, I
almost
hope everything goes well for you and you get all those signings and keep it up.
likewise. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you. How do you hang up this thing?
I, can
Let me
you do
see.
it? Says if they remove, they won't be able to rejoin. Oh no, I don't want to remove you from the line.
And you're lucky I didn't sing for you because I was gonna. You don't want music, but I was gonna sing.
You was
Oh
gonna
no,
sing?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just don't know how to get out of this thing.
Let me see. I don't. If I do, I don't want to. Like, let me see.
I just exit out and then I'll go back
All
in.
right.
All right. Cool. Cool. Thank you.
Said they will charge them extra for a binder They will charge them extra for a binder. They have to print and approve docs. They say they did approve it, so they have to download. Yeah, well, yeah, Melissa, I think you referring to the DIY people that do the trust. Yeah, when you do DIY, it's tough, man. Yeah, you do DIY, you decide to go the cheap route. You got to accept what comes with that. I can't tell you how many times, and this is what we also going to talk about too in the power of attorney workshop. A lot of clients that you're going to work with are going to be people that's doing DIY power of attorneys. They're getting them from eforms.com. They're getting them from legalzoom.com. And they thinking they got the right power of attorney documents. They think they got the right durable power of attorney. And as soon as they get everything signed and notarized, we get everything filled out correctly. We take it to the bank. I mean, not we, but they take the document to the bank. Not even a day or two later, you're going to get a phone call that say, hey, we need to get this done. We need to get this done again because the bank told me I didn't have the right power of attorney for him. So because they didn't have the right power of attorney for him, now they got to start the whole process again. They got to pay for the right estate plan. They got to pay for the right power of attorney document. They got to pay for you as a notary to come out for a second trip. And it's going to cost them even more money It's going to cost them even more money because they didn't actually take the time to actually get with an estate planning attorney who could actually make sure they have the actual right form and make sure they have the right document that's applicable to their situation, and to make sure that they have the right document that they can submit to the bank, so that way the bank doesn't reject the document. So if you haven't already, definitely be in attendance for the power of attorney one-on-one workshop. It's going to teach you how you well equipped so you can actually leverage these skills in the marketplace to command more money for your business. Legal Zoom. They call them Legal Doom. Legal Doom. I don't know who this is. The Race to Charity Foundation, but nah, bro. It's not going to work, man. Not going to work, buddy. What's up, Grizel? Do you help your clients fill in the form? So the way I would do it is, where's the pen at? Where do I got a pen around here? Let me just use this. So let's say if we have a power of attorney form, right? And on the first page of the form is going to pretty much state I, which is the principal. So the first page is going to say who's going to be the principal, who's going to be the agent. It's going to probably ask for the address of the principal and the address of the agent as well. And on that first page is going to list the powers that the principal can give to their agent. So the way I help them fill it out is I say, all right, I is who's the principal. And when they ask who's the principal, when they ask what does that mean, the principal mean is the person that's giving power of attorney. That's going to click to them and say, oh, okay, that's going to be my mom, that's going to be my dad. Okay. The principal is appointing who? They're appointing the agent. Well, what does that mean by the agent? Okay, the agent is the person who's receiving power of attorney. Oh, that'll be me. Okay, great. You're going to print your name there. And then it's going to ask for the address. Should I put my address or do the principal? Do I put my mom's address or my address? You put the principal's address there because you want to go according to the paperwork. And then once we get that, and that's how you would help them fill it out. So as they go along, then we go down to where it says all the powers listed above. So that's going to talk about if they get access to like their bank account, retirement accounts, 401k, all this other stuff. And the way I tell them is by pretty much this section is pretty much just saying what powers are you going to give the powers that you're going to give to your agent. So if you only have specific powers that you want to give to them, then you would just initial here. But in this bottom section where it says all of the powers listed above, if you want to give them the whole gamut, then you would just initial there. And then that's how you would walk them through. That's how you would walk them through signing the document without actually telling them no, this is what you need to do. You just tell them what the definition of what those terms are, what a principal, what an agent is, what the powers are. And that's typically how I would do it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's a great question though. Any other questions you guys have? Any questions? Any other questions? See some great questions, by the way. And this person still keep trying to get on the live, man. I don't understand, man. I don't know why. I don't even know this person. I don't know. He or she, whoever they are. It's not gonna work, buddy. I don't want to listen to your music. I'm not a producer. You always make sense. You know I love your worship. Thank you always. Oh, it's my pleasure. I always try to make. Anyone that knows me, I try to keep things very simple. I try to keep it very simple. I try to make it very digestible because I don't want nobody to be speaking rocket language to me. Right? If you start speaking in complicated concepts, I'm gonna look at you funny. I'm gonna look at you like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just, you're just over talking. I like to keep things very simple for people to understand that they can apply into the field. And oftentimes, if you just keep it simple, your clients are going to appreciate that. They're going to appreciate that as well. How often do you do these Q&As? Just got on board yesterday, so I'm catching up. I was doing a ton of them in 22. I slowed down a bit in 23, but I'm ramping things back up here in 24. So the goal obviously is always just to be consistent. Just show up every day. Show up every day. So I'm gonna try to at least do these Q&As at least every day. Every day except Sunday, possibly. Any more questions, y'all? Any other questions in regards to power of attorneys or estate planning? Anything I can do to help out? Okay, got my alerts on. Cool. Yeah. Definitely keep your alerts on. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post content on there. I also have free. If anyone that's not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I do have a free class on there where I talk about how to notarize estate plan documents. I also have a free class on there on how to become an estate planning notary pro as well. It's a free class on there as well. I got free content on there on how to start your own signing agency, how to notarize power of attorneys, how to do advanced healthcare directives and wills. We also do a weekly live stream podcast with my co-host Tierra Bryant. Shout out to Tierra Bryant. The name of the show is called Leveraging Your L's. We're on there every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have not subscribed to the YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell everyone about your Facebook group. Yeah, definitely make sure if you have not already, please join the Stamper community. We typically post signings in that group. Also have other notaries who post their signings in the group, and also have other notaries who post their events. Like Jeff Clark, he just posted the Notary Family event in there as well. So as long as you're not complaining about people, if you're doing that, I will remove you just to give you just FYI. But yeah, definitely join the group if you haven't. How much do you charge for POA standard? $147. $147 is what I typically charge for POAs, just due to the multiple signatures, and also it's a niche service. It's a niche service. Power of attorneys are different from like your typical signing. Like you're not going to charge $147 for a vehicle, a property release form, because that's not something that you're going to do all the time. You're not going to charge $147 or $97 for what's it called? The minor for a travel consent form for a minor. That's just not a type of you wouldn't charge that for that type of service. But for a niche service like power of attorneys, the pricing is going to be different. Estate planning, pricing is going to be different. Even loan closings, the pricing is going to be different. So I look at those as niche services: power of attorneys, estate planning, and loan closings. I look at those as niche services, and also along with fingerprinting, apostilles, wedding officiating, and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Any questions, y'all? Drop the questions, please. Drop your questions, please. For all of you that is jumping on just now, I will be hosting a workshop this Saturday on power of attorneys. We're going to talk about how to complete how to complete power of attorneys, how to market this service. We're going to talk about everything in regards to power of attorneys. If you're someone that's content, you're okay with where you are as a notary, if you're okay with just doing only loan closings, if you're okay with the cyclical nature of loan closings where 1 year is great and one year is bad, and you're okay with that, then this workshop is not for you. This is for notaries who are looking to diversify their skill set, looking to add an in-demand skill to their business, and to always have a skill, regardless of how the market is performing, they are going to be able to command a great income from providing this service. So we'll talk about what type of audience that you would need to target for this type of service as well. The class will be this Saturday at 9 a.m. We'll be at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will be for, I want to say, for about an hour and 30 minutes. I'll go through a quick presentation. I'll also introducing myself, go through the presentation. We'll review the documents, and then we'll do Q&A. And then we'll also have some exercises while you're in the class. And I'm also going to give you homework because it's not going to make any sense for you to be in this class if you don't have the actual exercises that you can, that information that you can actually use and apply out into the real world. So definitely make sure you sign up. What's up, Leilani? Appreciate you for being on. What time Saturday? Today I'm taking my title producer license exam Saturday morning. It'll be at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So on the East Coast, I believe that would be 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Yes, that's the time of class. Please put it on record to watch replay. Yes, so for all the folks who do sign up for the class, the replay will be available. You will be able to have access to the recording. It's not going to be for a limited time. If you pay for it and if you happen to miss the class, the replay will be available to you. It'll be sent directly to your email. It'll be sent directly to your email, or I might create some type of membership platform where you'll be able to view it and interact with me and drop your questions, whatever the case may be. So, any more questions, y'all? Thank you, Refrain, for all the info for having me. Yes, it's my pleasure, Heidi. Appreciate you for being on. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to hop off. Appreciate you all for being here in attendance. Allow me to be of value to you. I hope I gave you value. I gave you some useful information that you can apply out into the field. Because at the end of the day, I want to see you win. I want to see you be successful. I don't want to see you in these Facebook groups complaining about other companies, complaining about the rates they're giving out. The best thing that you can do is take matters into your own hands and set the price and live your life. Set the price and live your life. Avoid losers at all costs. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Until next time. Peace.